the executive of Ugborikoko Youth Development to share some light on what we are doing for this general community. That was how they gave us opportunity of 5 to 10 minutes to be part of your prayer day. That every Thursday, every month, you have a prayer day, and we consider it a veritable opportunity for us to talk about and the drug abuse and drug misuse. So, like I said, we are members of Partners for Peace in the Niger Delta. What do? We are dedicated to promoting peace across the Niger Delta state, the 9 states of the Niger Delta, and we are Delta State chapter. Our main objective is to address root causes of conflict and build peace. We facilitate conflict analysis and early warning and early response. That is, if you look at the Bible, in Romans chapter 12 verse 18, the Bible told us clearly that as much as we can, we should live peaceably with all men. As much as we can. That means we can live in peace with our neighbors. Which is why this very meeting is very important to us, and we appreciate the organizers, we appreciate everyone. Then apart from that, we can also build peace. If there are conflicts in communities, we come in there and build peace. First, I want to appreciate the leadership of the youth of Ugborikoko Community. We are going to put this in our own report to our platform. This is one new thing that we are seeing in community leadership, particularly the youth arm. Can we put our hands together for the youth? When a youth can give time, can dedicate their time to God, one day in a month to talk about God and talk about peace, there is a future for that community. And I can reassure you that what we have seen here today, we will try to market this model to other communities of Delta State. Somebody must have something. Now we have seen this started by Ugborikoko youth. We would like to export it to every youth across Delta State and even the Niger Delta. So please, we want to encourage you to continue to do this. Do this and let everybody know that Ugborikoko Community is a peaceful community. And because it's a peaceful community, it's a community that will be developed. All the prayer that has gone up, God has had them. And I'm also sure, by privilege of God, I'm a pastor, and I agree completely with every sermon that has gone ahead. When we pray to God, God answers. And He has answered all our prayers. So on this note, I want to encourage us to live peaceably. 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 to 21. If you read it, it will tell you the essence of why we must love one another. And if you love one another, you will learn to live peaceably with one another. On this note, I want to congratulate everyone who is part of this meeting today. And on the day of our intervention, peace building project to mitigate drug abuse and misuse in selected community, where Ugborikoko is one of it, we will encourage you to be part of that training section. You will get to know more. And I will hand over the mic now to my colleague from the NDLEA. He will also talk to us in another 5 minutes about drug and drug misuse. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, dear mommies and daddies, my brothers and sisters. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. We are from NDLEA, Delta State Command. We want to talk about drug. You will agree with me that one of the factors that fuel insecurity in our society today is the issue of drug abuse. What is drug? Drug is any substance which, when you take it into your system, by any means whatsoever, alter the way the body functions. Anytime you take drug that makes you get high, you are destroying your body, you are destroying your future, and you may not be able to achieve your goal. What is drug abuse? 3 simple definitions. Drug is said to be abused when it is not medically necessary. It can be any kind of drug. It is not medically necessary. If it is not prescribed by a medical personnel and you take it, what you are doing at that time is that you are abusing drug. Number 2, drug is said to be abused when it is legally prohibited. For example, in Nigeria, There are some, in our own law in Nigeria, there are some drugs, if you use them, if you possess them, if you deal with them, if you plant them, if you are found with it, you are disobeying the law. That means it is legally prohibited. And number 3 definition of drug abuse. Drug is said to be abused when it is excessively used, especially the socially acceptable drugs, beer, alcohol, tobacco, and so on and so forth. When you take it too much, when you take it in excess, it is possible you will get the same result those people that are taking marijuana, cocaine, heroin get at the end of the day. That is what is drug and what is drug abuse. But the main one topic we want to talk about today is what are the signs of drug abuse. As mommies and daddies, uncles and caregivers that are here today, why do you need to know the signs of drug abuse? Number 1, you need to know the signs of drug abuse so that when you see any of these signs, you will take prompt action, you will swing into action to address the problem as soon as possible. Number 1 sign of drug abuse is possession of drug itself. You don't need anybody to tell you when you see wrap of ego in your child's pocket. You don't need anybody to tell you that such child is abusing drug abuse. And anytime you see anything like that, don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep quiet. Speak out. Look for help. Don't underestimate any help. Number 2, possession of drug paraphernalia. All this Rizzler, lighter, matches, and so on and so forth. Syringe. When you see them with your children, please ask them questions. It's a sign of drug abuse. Or when you see their clothes with oil, as they are smoking the smoke, the fire is touching their clothes and is burning it. It's a sign of drug abuse. Or when your valuables at home are disappearing, they can steal a lot. It's a sign of drug abuse. And when they ask for money, just unnecessarily, mommy give me money, daddy give me money, ask them what do you want to do with this money. They cannot tell you. It could be a sign of drug abuse. Or when they use these dark glasses every now and then, even in their room, they cover their eye. It's a sign of drug abuse. When they sleep too much, it's a sign of drug abuse. When they cannot sleep at all, it's a sign of drug abuse. When they are supposed to be in school, they are not in school. It could be a sign of drug abuse. Open your eyes very well. Ask them questions. Help them to address the questions. There are too plenty, but because of our time, let's just stop there. Then, suggested solution. For us parents, please let's listen to our children. Listen to them. Know what's on their mind. Know how you can be of help. Even when what they are asking you, you don't understand it or you don't know how to go about it, still listen to them. Give them hope that don't worry, we will get back to it. There will be solution to that. Then talk to them about their interest and problem. And please, parents, please talk to your children before someone does on the dangers of drug abuse. Let them know that drug is not good. Igbo, monkite, all those things, they destroy the body. They will not help them to achieve their aim. And for our youth that are here today, please say no to drug abuse. It can take you nowhere. Say no to drug abuse. Associate with good friends. Know the signs of drug abuse. And when you are in doubt, ask questions. Say no when you need to say no. Do not allow anybody to pressurize you to take drugs. It's your choice. When you need to say yes, please don't hesitate to say yes. And in conclusion, drug use and abuse is the reason, especially among our youth. A lot of our youth in the society today, we know it all. They are very sick. It's not anything. It's all about drugs. They are not themselves again. Nothing is well about it. And we cannot continue to hide the fact. It's the problem of drug abuse. Please help them to say no to drug abuse. Thank you very much.